Hello, how are you doing? I hope you all are very well and you had a good weekend. And I wanted to share with you how this gorgeous being came to be in my life. The video is going to have 3 parts. Part 1 is the introduction of this lovely lady. Part 2 is the story how she came to me. And part 3 is what she contributed to my life and my self-growth. So let's get right into it.
All alone on the internet, but you don't seem to forget about yourself. Wondering how it could go so wrong, but you didn't call for help. But let me tell you about the trees and the seas, how it's all connected. The flowers and the birds and bees, the northern lights, yeah, we're all affected. Watching, wait, I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. So here's a reminder to look at life that's pouring into you. And so my friend, let me tell you once again, and you know that it's true. Forget about seeing it or hearing it, in the end you must feel. Forget about all you know, you need to go, it's okay to let go. Just let it go. Then you're breathing in. You're breathing out. We're breathing in. We're breathing out.
At the time that I decided to adopt a dog, a friend of mine was a foster home for stray dogs from that organization. She took care of those who were waiting to find a home but had already been rescued from the streets and transported from Romania to Switzerland. After applying for adoption, a volunteer worker came to my apartment to see if Marjorie's needs could be met. And I think it is a wonderful thing how much care they actually take and how much of a hard issue it is to them to find the perfect fit for the dogs and vice versa for the next owner. Also, I had a support number through WhatsApp where I could post questions 24/7, and they even had a Facebook group where people could exchange their experiences, challenges, and success stories of their happy adoption pets. And I will put the link to their website into the description box below because I can highly recommend them. When I adopted Marjorie, I was in a very good state mentally, I'd say, or so I thought, because since she came into my life, she pretty much turned it upside down. I remember the first thing she taught me, very vivid visually. A Sunday in my past boyfriend's apartment, and we had a quarrel about something I can't even remember. And I started getting louder and shouting, the rage boiling up inside me like some kind of acid just going up. And then I glanced to the sofa and I saw that Marjorie, she was there minutes ago, lying and snoozing and being peacefully and happy. And when I glanced back while having this argument with my then boyfriend, I found her curled up with huge, terrified eyes, uncertain if she was in danger or what was happening. And she looked at me like she was trapped and couldn't like get away from the situation. And I was like shocked. Like it literally broke my heart to see that. She seemed to be scared of me. Took only this 1 second and I knew I failed her. Like I adopted her to give her a safe space full of love and filled with the joys of life. So seeing how scared she was of me, and how trapped she felt in the situation, it really gave me an insight on how powerful the energy we send out with our communication and with our behavior is, and how sensitive animals are. So from that moment on, every chance I got, I practiced responsible channeling of my emotions, not only towards her, but also towards myself and towards others. I practiced to manage my feelings and feel them, because suppressing is not a good way to handle them. Feel them, but consciously decide on how I want to act on them and how I want to voice them. The first thing she really did for me was put a spotlight on how I communicate, how I behave, and how I send my energy out. The second thing she did for me, my day revolved around her needs, and those needs became eventually my needs. Really like enjoy nature, to be outside as much as possible. So we spent in the morning 1.5 to 2 hours before office, and then after office 2 or 3 hours. When I adopted her, we were living in Aarau, which is a little town in Switzerland. And we were lucky enough, there are a lot of forests, a river. I also could take her with me to work. And we had like a house there with a garden, so she could be outside. We had another dog in the office as well, so she was socialized. So by now, being here in Scotland, I somehow think that being outside and connecting with nature and spirituality is in huge parts an evolution to which Marjorie contributed. Being out so many hours in a day really became infused in my blood, if that makes sense. So by now I really need and love to be outside myself, and there's something missing if I can't be outside at least like 2 hours walking. Like I need that as much as I need meditation, and that's a thing I'm very, very grateful that she showed me that. And the last thing is, Marjorie is a stray dog. She comes from Romania. And yet I'm fortunate enough that the behaviors she shows have little to do with drama. Like, she showed a few signs of, she doesn't like play with toys, so anything you throw, she really rejects that and she's scared of that. There's a lot of time and patience and love and compassion going into adopting a stray dog. What is astonishing to me is the perfect fit of her and I. Like, she is not clingy, like, she goes her own ways as well. She's used to being self sufficient because she was on the streets 2.5 years fending for herself. But then again, she loves to be loved and cuddled and massaged and groomed all the same. So her sense of freedom really matches my sense of freedom. She's also very adventurous. Like, traveling with her really showed me that she enjoys exploring new environments, new areas, and getting to know new people. But she also enjoys having a rest after a long day of exploring. So that's also a perfect match for me. She's friendly, she's sociable, she's playful, she can be if she wants to. So she can be an extrovert, but she also can be an introvert. Like, she really likes time to herself and time alone. And that's like exactly what I am about. Like, I like to have people in my life, but I also need my kind of re energizing revitalization of being alone and collecting my thoughts and being in nature by myself. She makes connections easily, but only allows trust and deep attachment to few. That's also something we have in common. So it's really astonishing what a perfect fit we are. I really appreciate all of these things she brought to me. And there are many more, but I focused on the ones that really had a huge impact in the way I look at life and the way I live my life. She's truly the love of my life. I cannot put into words how much she has transformed me and my life for the better. She's my partner in crime. She is all I ever wanted. And we are a good team.